Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a straight Dragapult deck. This list just did well at a somewhat recent tournament, and I think it's a pretty solid meta call right now between all the Urshifu seeing play, like both variants of Urshifu, and then you do pretty well against a lot of the Mewtwo variants between your Mimikyu and hitting for weakness. So you've got some pretty cool tools in here. We've got a Mew to help with the Rapid Strike Urshifu matchup, and I guess Tempo's Art as well. We've got Mimikyu, which can shut down Jirachi GX and Mewtwo and Mew GX. We've got two Jirachi just to help with consistency. We've got like Reset Stamp, Marnie, and Chaotic Swell to try and help our fire matchups, as those aren't always the easiest matchups to win, but if we can just disrupt them a little bit, that's usually pretty good. 2 experience share, so we can move energy from a Dragapult to a benched one if it does get KO'd too early against, say, something like Spiritomb or Blacephalon that can kind of just take a big KO randomly. Got 1 Crobat, 1 Dedenne for draw, Galarian Zigzagoon to help finish off attackers, like get that extra damage counter on Mewtwo, or just get a few more counters on the Dedenne or Crobat or something like that. We've got a Phione, which can help prevent deck out, and it's just good in some scenarios to just help with numbers, force things to the bench like Zamazenta V and whatnot. So definitely a pretty solid deck in the meta. Its biggest problem right now is going to be the damage output of Max Vanta, which simply is not very much. But let's just go ahead and take it on the ladder, see how we do. Before we get into these games, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, really does help us out. And we got some links in the description, they all help the channel out a lot. But let's get into some games, and hopefully we can get some wins with the Dragapult deck. So it looks like a pretty terrible starting hand. We're going to start the Crobat, probably just going to attach U-Turn Board, and did it change the hand away. So it looks like we are actually up against the Green's Dragapult variant, which runs Crushing Hammer, and while we run EXP share, this still seems like a pretty bad matchup. Of course, we run Crushing Hammers of our own. Now, I guess playing this Pokémon is actually very debatable. Our opponent probably starts the worst start for them in their deck. I think really what we want to do here is, I think we always just did it change, because we really need to get turn 1 Dragapult, especially against the mirror match. It is a lot of important resources lost, but this hand is significantly better. It's still not great, but definitely better. So we're just going to go ahead and pass it over to our opponent. Hopefully they don't have that much, but if they do, hopefully we can top deck pretty much any Pokemon would be fine. Ideally a draw supporter though. So they go for a Bill's Analysis. They should only run 1 copy of Quick Ball, which I don't think is great, but that's just what's up in the list. So our opponent could just have nothing. And then of course this is definitely not the ideal starter. So they find a Greens and an EXP share, so they could have nothing here. They go for a Crushing Hammer. Do they get a Heads? They do not. And they scoop. Okay. So we didn't have it, but I guess they just decided to scoop it out because they didn't have anything. So we're just going to roll another game, maybe even another 2 here. Just to see if we can get a few more wins. So I guess, yeah, that's kind of what's up with like some of the green decks right now. You would just not find anything and lose. So we lose the coin flip, probably going to be going second. Looks like they're running a fighting deck, so probably going to be Urshifu. This is a pretty good starting hand. We got a Dragapult and Energy, we got a Quick Ball, so a lot of stuff to work with. Yeah, so it is going to be this Urshifu Octillery deck. So this should be a pretty good matchup for us, I think. We will just see what they do here. Go for a Quick Ball. Discarding an Escape Rope. They find an Urshifu. Touch a Stone Energy, which could actually be kind of annoying. We find Chaotic Swell, which is not going to be fun for them. Let's go ahead and quick wall away our reset stamp, because you still have one more, and I don't think it's particularly important in the matchup. I don't want to get Mew down quite yet. Let's go ahead and get... Well, we don't have anything to draw cards with, but I think we're going to play Marnie this turn. So let's get Jirachi. Go ahead and attach an energy. I don't even want a quick wall again here. We know we're not really in danger of getting KO'd here, and this hand is really solid. We can just bite for 30, which is actually very relevant damage. Let's go ahead and attach this U-Turn Board here so we don't lose it from a Marnie. And we'll just go ahead and bite the Remoraid for 30 damage, which is actually very relevant because now we can max Phantom and Zigzagoon Ping for a knockout while it's on the bench. So next turn, ideally, we probably, if supposing they don't KO us, which is very unlikely, especially because we have resistance. So I think at max they're doing 120 damage here. So we probably just evolve into Dragapult, Pokemon Communication, the Zigzagoon in, grab like Mimikyu or another Dragapult V or something. Okay, yeah, so it is going to be the Mimikyu because they have that Jirachi GX down. Hopefully we top deck another Pokemon that we can... Okay, never mind, we're actually getting Marnie here, so that's fine. Hopefully we can draw into some decent cards, or our opponent misses a switch or something. Alright, this is not amazing, but we have a draw supporter, which is good. We could also Boss's Orders the Jirachi, but that doesn't seem great. Let's just see what they go for. So they find a Scoop Up Net. So there goes all our damage that we had, which is kind of unfortunate, actually. Now, let's see if he goes for the Rapid Flow or if he just goes for the Gale Thrust. I assume the Gale Thrust, but we'll see. Because I don't even think he can two-shot us without the help of Martial Arts Dojo, and I'm not even sure if he plays that. Because this looks like a list that just popped up on Channel Fireball. This just looks like Tord's list right now. There's a Jirachi. Yeah, so this is probably Tord's list. Okay, so there's just a Gale Thrust. 120, they take some damage. So we top deck a Psychic Energy, which we don't really need, so we're just going to go ahead and play the Marnie. They do only have 2 cards in hand. Alright, but this hand is perfectly fine with me. Let's go ahead, evolve into Dragapult VMAX. Play the Dragapult V down. As much as I don't want to quick ball the energy, I don't really feel like we need to quick ball yet. So we'll just max Phantom. Gonna go. Let's see. Let's go. 2 on Jirachi and 3 on Jirachi GX. We can leave the Remoraid alone for now, as we don't have Zigzagoon. I guess we could have gone for Zigzagoon and then KO'd the Remoraid, but that means that we'd still have some stuff to do next turn. We could just get Rapid Flow here. He could KO our Jirachi. So I guess eventually we might want Mew down to prevent like a Rapid Flow game-ending option. Finds the Octillery. Okay, actually Octillery has 110 HP. I thought I had 90. That's fine. There's the Stadium Bump. Rapid Strike Search. Gonna probably find a Karina's Focus. Or like another Stadium or an Energy or something. Okay, yeah, gonna be the Focus. Just to draw some cards. Okay, so just gonna play it. If you had the V available, if you already had some way to draw cards, I think you get Urshifu V there, but he didn't. So I like our position because next turn we should just be able to go Quick Ball for Mimikyu and then Research. So the Jirachi will have no abilities, and then we can finish off this Urshifu. Stone Energy is not going to save him, especially because we have a Horror Energy down already. So let's just see what he is able to get going here. Okay. So let's go ahead and attach here. Quick ball. Discard this. Grab Mimikyu. Alright, this is okay. Not ideal for sure. Quick ball this. I'm gonna go ahead and get Mew down. I guess it isn't really a threat this turn, but I'd like to have it on the board as soon as possible. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want Mew down. Yeah, let's just get the Mew. Just so we have it available right now. And then we're going to go ahead and take out the Jirachi as well to remove some additional draw outs for our opponent. Max Phantom, take the knockout. Okay, so there's the KO. We have 4 prizes, and now all we need to do is evolve into, or even if he finds a KO, then we just need to attack into We need to attack into Jirachi GX with a Dragapult VMAX, which is not that hard. Okay, stay up to 2. Okay, so in theory, if he goes like Urshifu V, attach Rapid Energy Karate Belt, then we could still lose this for sure, because he can just KO our Dragapult and then we have nothing. Especially in combination with that Reset Stamp, but he would really need a lot here. That Auxiliary can only search out the V or the Energy. Or I guess, no, because he brought up the... I think you are also... Okay, so if you're going to play the Tower of Waters, why don't you bring up the Auxiliary? Because now that has free retreat and this doesn't. Rapid Strike Search. See what that finds. Yeah, scoops it up. Maybe just does not have another V or doesn't have something. Alright, we'll go ahead and roll one more game. Just see if we can get another win. Just gotta wait for this. Okay, great. So let's see if we can just get one more dub. Alright, so could be up against anything here. Has a Victini coins, maybe it's like Victini or something, I don't know. We do win the coin flip, so we get to go first, which is very nice. Hopefully we can find turn 1 Dragapult V Energy, which would be very nice. Otherwise, I guess we just... Okay. This is fine. We start the Dragapult V, I guess. Probably quick ball the boss, go for a Crobat, play the Goon, just to thin it out of the hand. So our opponent starts a Dedenne-GX. That doesn't really let us know all that much. We actually already got our Crobat top deck. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get a Jirachi. The Zigzagoon ping is always relevant, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Crobat, 3 cards. We do find an Energy, very nice. Go ahead and pop this down so we don't lose it off of Marnie, and we'll pass. So next turn, we're set up for a Max Phantom. Our opponent doesn't have very much reason to Marnie us here. They go for a quick ball. So they get a Zacian V. So probably going to be ADP Zacian V. Because Luke Metal doesn't really run Dedenne. I guess it could be like Corviknight as well. So they just go for the Intrepid Sword. That's fine. So we got our Dragapult here. We'll go ahead and play a Crushing Hammer. See if we can get a heads. We can, which is very nice. And we'll go ahead and Marnie. Their hand is pretty big, so that's nice. Alright, this is not great, but it's not terrible either. And I guess we just Max Phantom. They still have the Dedenne-GX in the active slot, and this starts taking damage as well. So we can just hit this for 4 counters, or just hit it twice with Max Phantom. This is a pretty good spot. I definitely want to get Dragapult V down next turn, ideally with an EXP share now, because it's very possible that he attacks this turn and then attacks next turn. and we just get KO'd and have nothing on board. So we really do need to find something here. Actually, that is running ADP. ADP Crushing Hammers, bro? Oh, wow. And flips the double heads. That's just terrible. Okay, so it goes Metal Saucer. Hopefully he just does not have it. Like, at the very least, hopefully he doesn't have, like, GX attack this turn. Because that would be terrible. Okay, so it just attaches a Metal Energy and a Triplet Sword. So that's perfectly fine with me. We will not be able to max Phantom here, which is some lost damage counters, but it could be a lot worse. I guess we'll attach that, because, yeah, I don't know. Mew should be irrelevant in the matchup. Go ahead and play our Crushing Hammer. Alright, we are both 2-0 for Crushing Hammers this game. And we don't have double Scoop Up Net, unfortunately. Actually, what we could do is just dig for a double net. That just doesn't, that seems very greedy this turn. Let's just shred. And if we could have attacked with Max Phantom, maybe that's worth it, but even so, I think that's just very greedy. So we get our first 2 prizes, and we're in a very good spot. Even if our opponent does find Altered Creation this turn, we'll still be in a fine spot. Finds another Crushing Hammer. Is it a heads? It is not. That's very nice. Goes for the Dedenne-GX. Discards some important resources, so I believe he now has 2 Boss's Orders in the discard pile. Also 2 Switch. 2 Metal Saucer. Finish charging up the Zacian, though. Does he have the Energy Switch? He is only one of them down. Seeing 30 cards, or has 30 cards between his hand and deck. So it is somewhat possible. It's definitely possible that he doesn't have it. Goes for Eldegoss, so that's a research, I assume. Yep, that's a research. Plays it. He's down 3 Crushing Hammer. So really the only thing we don't want him to do this turn is find a Crushing Hammer heads. Other than that, I don't think anything he can do here is bad. Fails the Cherish Ball, plays the Quick Go, so probably thinning out for a Crobat at this point to try and find that Energy Switch or that last Crushing Hammer or something else useful. Yep, plan another Quick Ball. Yeah, so definitely just thinning out for a Crobat here. Yep, okay, so there's the Crobat. Probably just going to bat for 4 cards. Is there an E-Switch, but finds the Crushing Hammer? Okay, good, it's a Tails. Scoops it up, does not have the E-Switch, or just does not have it. So that's going to do it for this video. Really appreciate you guys checking it out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I highly suggest trying this deck out. It's definitely a solid meta call right now. That's going to do it for me today. Look out for another video in the future. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, check out those links in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.